JOJO Siwa just flipped her public image on its head, and the internet can't stop watching. From rising as a squeaky clean teen star to now being at the center of cancelled tours, messy breakups, and shocking relationship twists, JOJO's life is unraveling in real time. Her whirlwind romance with UK reality star Chris Hughes, the heartbreaking breakup with her ex-partner Kath, and the mounting backlash from fans have raised one pressing question. Has JOJO Siwa lost control of her own narrative? But this isn't just another celebrity falling from grace. It's a story of emotional betrayal caught on camera, sudden career pivots, and a confusing redefinition of identity that has left fans divided. What really happened behind the scenes of Big Brother? Why did her entire US tour fall apart? And is JOJO really ready for motherhood, or just trying to escape the chaos she helped create? Let's break it all down. JOJO Siwa, once known as the colourful, upbeat Nickelodeon sweetheart, is now making headlines for all the wrong reasons. Her transformation over the last year has been nothing short of shocking. But the latest bombshells, a high-profile breakup, a new boyfriend from a reality show, and the abrupt cancellation of her entire US tour, have fans asking, who is the real JOJO Siwa? It all began inside the celebrity Big Brother UK house, where JOJO joined as a contestant earlier this year. Viewers initially rooted for her, praising her candid vulnerability and bubbly energy. But that support quickly started to fracture when she became unusually close with fellow contestant Chris Hughes. The two were seen constantly together, cuddling, sharing forehead kisses, and exchanging flirtatious jokes.
I am in a beautiful relationship with a beautiful boy named Christopher Hughes. He came into my life at a great time, beautiful time. It really feels like that. I wasn't looking for love, he wasn't looking for love, and then all of a sudden we couldn't look away from each other, and it was a growth over time. My favorite thing about Christopher Hughes, a lot of people think it's Chris Hughes' eyes, which it is. He does have gorgeous eyes, but it's not my favorite thing about him. My favorite thing about him is how he treats everybody he meets. He obviously treats me like I'm the only girl in the world. He treats me better than anybody ever has. He's my best friend, and now he's my sweet boyfriend. He's a good one. He's a keeper.
All while JOJO was still publicly in a committed relationship with her partner Kath Ebs back home. For many fans, it was emotional cheating at best and blatant disrespect at worst. What made it even worse was how JOJO appeared to reflect on her entire identity while inside the house. She spoke openly about questioning whether she was truly a lesbian, despite having publicly come out years ago, and described her sexuality as more fluid than she had once admitted.
How do you feel about people pressuring you to label your sexuality when you're still discovering who you are?
Honestly, I don't mind it. And the reason why I don't mind it is because I think there's a lot of other people who are trying to figure out their own sexuality. And I think in their lives, they probably have people that are pressuring them as well. And so in a way, I get to be an example for those people that even when society or your, closest people are putting a pressure on you, you don't need to know. Any member of the community is a member of the community, and no member is greater than another. And I think a lot of times some people think that they are greater than one another just because, they're a little bit older or they have things a little more figured out. But truth be told, that's couldn't be further from the case at all. And I think a lot of times, as a world, we feel this sort of pressure to have it figured out, but that's so unrealistic. And also, anybody who's putting a pressure on me to figure it out needs to take a second and look in the mirror and realize that sexuality is fluid. And you might realize one thing about yourself today, and you might realize one thing about yourself tomorrow. And then another thing is that the whole thing that we preach as a beautiful community is that love is love. And that's a two-way street. Love is love any which way you look at it. I see other people, especially online, coming at me saying all these certain things and that yada 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 this, yada 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 that. And it's like, whoa, babe, love is literal love.
Though that kind of introspection can be a healthy journey for anyone, JOJO's timing couldn't have been worse. Her partner, Kath, was watching everything from home. And despite receiving daily pre-recorded video messages from JOJO during the show, believing their bond was unshakable, Kath was blindsided. After the show ended, Kath flew over 24 hours to reunite with JOJO, only to be dumped within the first hour of seeing her. And the most gut-wrenching part? Chris Hughes, the very man Kath had been watching get closer to JOJO on national television, was reportedly in the next room when the breakup happened. Kath later revealed online how deeply humiliated and degraded she felt by the experience, describing it as something that made her feel subhuman. She admitted the internet had warned her, but she chose to trust JoJo. The damage wasn't just emotional, it was also professional. Around the same time, JoJo's career took a nosedive. Her US tour was cancelled abruptly, just days before she was set to perform at a major Pride event in Chicago. Officially, her team cited a scheduling conflict, but fans weren't buying it. Many suspected the tour cancellation was linked to the backlash over her relationship drama, especially since she had just gone public with Chris Hughes, a man many in the LGBTQ+ community felt symbolized JoJo's departure from queer visibility. Others pointed out that JoJo had been dropped by Columbia Records and was now independently releasing music. Her recent single A Bulletproof It didn't have the label's backing, raising speculation that her career was faltering behind the scenes. JoJo claimed she was looking for a new label in the UK, conveniently where her new boyfriend Chris lives. Critics questioned whether her professional decisions were now being driven by her personal relationships, rather than her fans or music. And let's not forget, this is all happening while JoJo publicly discusses plans to have children. Yes, in multiple interviews, the 21-year-old revealed she wanted to become a mother within 3 years.
Are your dream kids' names still Freddie, Eddie, and Teddy?
Absolutely not. I was a bad girl, did some bad things, and that was naming children. No, let's see. Got a new name for children, and I think it's JOJO Siwa.
She even had names picked out: Freddie for a girl, Eddie and Teddy for twin boys, and had considered using surrogates with a sperm donor already chosen. But after all the recent drama, JoJo changed her mind about those names and seemed to backtrack on the plan entirely. It's a pattern that's starting to feel familiar: bold declarations, followed by confusion, followed by public backpedaling. Kath's online testimony showed just how emotionally damaging this public unraveling was. She described flying across the world only to be dumped, while JoJo fixated on a lack of affection in a support letter she had sent. The imbalance of expectations was shocking. Kath thought she was supporting her partner through a transformative experience. JoJo, on the other hand, seemed to have emotionally moved on without communicating it. What hurt fans the most, though, was how JoJo handled the aftermath. Rather than directly addressing Kath's heartbreak or issuing a heartfelt statement to clarify her actions, she continued posting upbeat TikToks, flaunting her new relationship, and teasing new music as if nothing had happened. This lack of emotional accountability didn't just alienate her ex, it pushed away thousands of fans who once saw her as genuine and emotionally grounded. Social media exploded. JoJo's followers were torn between those still loyal to her journey and those who now saw her as manipulative, impulsive, and unaware of how much damage she caused. Her rebranding effort, from child star to edgy adult, isn't going smoothly. And while JoJo insists her choices are authentic, that Chris treats her better than anyone ever has, the real issue is the trail of broken promises, cancelled commitments, and hurt people she's left behind. From her ex to her fan base to the LGBTQ+ community that once championed her, JoJo's rapid changes are causing concern about her direction, both personally and professionally. Now, the real question is what happens next. Will JoJo continue to double down on her rebrand, ignoring the emotional wreckage in her wake? Or will she stop, reflect, and start rebuilding the trust that once made her beloved? The next few months may be the most defining of her adult career. With fans, labels, and the media all watching closely, JoJo is teetering on the edge of reinvention, or collapse. The world will be watching. JoJo Siwa is no longer just a former child star. She's a grown woman living out her transformation under the world's microscope. But with every cancelled show, hurt ex, and cryptic confession, the question grows louder: is JoJo just figuring herself out, or spiraling out of control? We've seen stars fall before. But JoJo's situation is unique because so many young fans still look up to her. What happens when your role model starts breaking the rules she once stood for? Will JOJO bounce back stronger, or is this the beginning of a career redefining itself, not always for the better? Let us know what you think about JOJO's messy love triangle, her cancelled tour, and the identity shifts that are making headlines. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you want more deep dives into celebrity drama and truth behind the glam, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on that bell, only here on